Hey, what's going on YouTube? The Beauty Baron here, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys a new player's guide to the Maple Lodge campsite. So we're going to do a full playthrough of this, but I'm going to show you guys kind of good places that you can hide, bad places to hide, where the cursed objects spawn, as well as kind of just an overall of where to go on the map. If you like this kind of video, give it a like, share with a friend. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right. The ghost name is Christopher Maudsley. We got to get a parabolic microphone, escape during a hunt, and we got to cleanse the area using an incense. So there we go. Here's the map. It is a little bit different, but the basic way that you can think about this map is now there's like 3 pathways to get back to the back cabin. You can go the left route, which is going to take you through the campsite area, down by the bathrooms, and then over to the campsite. You can go straight through this main cabin here in the middle, and that's going to pop you out. Sorry, hold on, I'm disoriented. So first route is through here, through the campsite, over by the bathrooms, loops you back around over here to the back end, right? That's one way. The other way is straight through the cabin here in the middle. That's going to loop you back here to the back fire pit, and that can lead you back over there. Or you can go the third way, which is going to take you through the employees only section by the porter potty, and then that'll take you out to that way. So there's 3 different pathways, and that's kind of the way that that we look at it, right? So when I'm referencing them, to say main campsite, back campsite, cabin, employee area, bathrooms, and cabin over here. So just to keep you an idea. All right, we got fog, which is not that great for us. But first things first, we got to try to find the power. All right, we're going to turn on some lights while we can. One spot that it could be for the power is going to be back here, which is where it is. It's really good for us. All right, perfect. So that's going to help us to be able to see a little bit better. So we got another light switch here. These main light switches, I wouldn't bother turning on the secondary lights here unless you really needed to. Close all the tin flaps when you walk around because we're looking for the cursed object. Let's see. Nothing over here. I forget what spawns here, but there's something that spawns here. I forget. I know the voodoo doll can spawn over here on this main campsite area. I think there's something here on the back table, if I remember correctly. I kind of like the fog. Good little thing. Ouija board will spawn here on this little table. Check. Just checking here real quick. For the bone. While we're at it. I heard a noise. So it's definitely over in this back area over here. That's why having a headset is really good in this game. Or like a good quality headset is really good. I don't see anything there. We're going to close it up. Good rule of thumb is that when you leave an area, whether it's a room or you leave a tent area, close up the tent. That way, if the ghost does interact with it for whatever reason, there's the bone, then you'll know it because the door will be open. What? Did I miss? Somehow or another, I missed that. The interaction thing, so it's kind of hard to tell, but the interaction thing is actually like right here. Right? Which apparently I missed in the first photo, and I was too far away in the second photo. But this is where it's at. It's like right in this area. Fingerprints, though, is going to be like up here. So I'm not 100% sure as to why it does like that, but it does. It kind of sucks. So we're going to close this. I'm going to leave. We're going to leave the EMF there so that way I can find my way back. And then, like I said, because now we know where we're going, we can go back into the cabin. And we'll turn on the lights going back here. There it is. Okay, another spot for a cursed object is the haunted mirror. And the haunted mirror is going to be right here at this spot. I believe... I want to say, I'm still kind of learning this myself. I want to say that the tarot cards also can be out here on this on these tables. Or there's a table in particular. I forget which one, to be honest. It doesn't really help, but I'm being honest. Trying to remember this off the top of my head. All right, I'm going to drop these items off. I honestly should have dropped the camera off while we were over there, but I didn't. So we'll have to come back to it. It's always good whenever you go in, when you find the ghost room, drop all of your items, right? You don't want to take anything back with you to the van because now, now I'm going to have to double back. I'm going to have to bring back my camera, right? So it's always good to drop those off. That way you can come back whenever you need to. Still closed up here. I don't know if we actually have anything or if it's over here on this side. Might be over there on that side. Oh, we got an EMF 3. So it did throw something. Now, here's at this point in time, I don't know if it just threw something over here. I've got freezing temps right here, so it might very well be in this spot. Definitely when it does that. All right, we'll leave the dots there. This is going to be kind of difficult. I was kind of hoping that it would be in one of the tents, but it seems like it's a pathway ghost. There was Despono. There was a graphics update. There was a pretty big update. Need a jump feature. That's all I want. Jump feature would be pretty good. Ashton, thank you for the rose. Brianna, thank you for the roses. Alyssa, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you guys. That does not help me at all. That's what we were trying to avoid there. Look at that. That's awful. Lady of Souls, thank you for the 3 months. So, we got to deal with what we got to deal with. I'm not seeing any EMF 5 activity so far. So, just to give you kind of a reference, we're back over here in this little back campsite area. So, through the cabin, over in the back campsite. Chat, why are y'all marching? I love the fogs. Who needs cameras anyways, right? So by having the lights on as you're going through these rooms, it'll help your sanity from dropping. It still will drop, but it won't drop as much, as quickly. Where are you?
I'm behind.
All right. Oh, and we got ghost ready. Nice. Yeah, we got spirit box and we got ghost ready. I think that this is a poltergeist, which means that we're going to get fingerprints here or ultraviolet. Just because of how it threw some objects earlier and it seemed like it was all the same. So we're going to head back out here. And I'm going to get the salt. So, since the update that they came out with, it's much easier, especially when you're dealing with like a ghost, so like a pathway ghost, to get ultraviolet from the footsteps than it is from anything else. Which is going to be super useful for us. So we're going to take this salt back over here with our camera now. And we are going to attempt to see if we get ultraviolet. My experience tells me that it's a poltergeist, just from the amount of stuff that it's been throwing, but who knows? All right, we got one. I'll put like another one like right there. All right, and I'm going to take a photo of this while we can, because we can get that. That's a nice, easy photo. I'm going to pick up the ultraviolet. All right, step more than one time for me. Ooh. There's something over there. Come on. Maybe it's not wanting to now. Let me check for freezing as well. Still sitting it above freezing. Tier 1 freezing is probably the best freezing that you can get. I'm going to go back. We're going to grab another salt. I can still get more photos off of it, if nothing else. But I hate it when they step one time and then they don't give you like footsteps or anything. So that kind of sucks. Get stuck on things I can easily just jump over. It would be a lot easier. That's part of the reason for why I crouch. Especially when I'm running from the ghost, I will crouch down because I will try to turn off my flashlight so that way the ghost doesn't know exactly where I am. But in order to be able to see some of that stuff, you kind of have to be crouched in order to not get, stuck on things. So, all right, we got a thing here. Dang it. It stepped over here, too, and I wasn't here to see it. Oh, well. Okay, so I'm not seeing any ultraviolet, so that rules out ultraviolet. So that rules out poltergeist. Okay. Moroi or Delusion. Could be a Moroi. I didn't check. Could be a Delusion. Right, when I say I didn't check, I mean I didn't check my sanity. So I'm going to bring this stuff down here. Right? EMF 5 would be a Spirit. Freezing Temps would be a Moroi. Dots would be a Delusion. Ghost Orbs would be a Mare. So it's going to be really difficult to see a Mare. Or, I mean, it's going to be really difficult to see orbs in this fog. Or dots, for that matter, unless we get lucky with it. Right? We could set it up for, a broad area. Or if you're feeling adventurous, what I would do is I would get it to hunt. Right? You're going to know right away whether or not that it's a delusion or not. I just saw your breath. Was that freezing? It is not. That is a new thing that a lot of players get kind of messed up on. My sanity is too high here, so it's not a Moroi. Because when we use the spirit box, if it was a Moroi, it would have cursed us, and our sanity would have tanked. Because it hasn't done that, we can pretty safely rule out a Moroi. So that leaves it with a spirit, mare, or a delusion. Right, let's grab another one of the dots and the cameras. But yeah, the freezing breath does not mean freezing temps anymore. That is a major change that they did with the update. So no longer will you be able to just see that. It does kind of indicate the room that the ghost is in, though. So, you'll kind of know whether or not that the ghost has moved rooms because you'll be like, hey, I'm not seeing my breath anymore. And you'll be like, oh, okay, it must have moved. It must have gone someplace else. So we're gonna set up the tents here. Now, fog really does suck for trying to be able to see this. For trying to be able to see the dots. Let's see. Just checking. We're sitting on that threshold of 33 degrees here. Still not seeing a whole lot, but go back. I'm gonna position these kind of in the right place. How do you know if it's a mimic? A mimic will give you one extra piece of evidence over what you were expecting to get. Right? How do you know if a Moroi has cursed you? Your sanity will start to tank. So, my sanity, if this was a Moroi right now, would probably be in, the 40s. 30s or 40s. Just because of how fast that it goes. I'm not seeing any orbs at all. I'm going to rule out orbs right now. So I'm thinking it's either a spirit or it's a delusion. Now, what you can do, right, is obviously on professional, amateur, intermediate, and professional, you can get 3 pieces of evidence. There's no guesswork whatsoever when it comes to that kind of stuff. On Nightmare and above, you're going to have to start using, little telltale signs here. Right? So one of the best telltale signs, and we can look for the cursed object while we're at it, is, actually, we should probably do the secondary objectives first. Ooh, I might actually be able to get a hidden delusion sound. Hold on, we could try that. Yeah. Wait, I already got that in there. I don't need to bring that. Parabolic, cleanse the area. Okay, let's bring that, and what else do we need? I guess we'll bring in a crucifix just to be on the safe side. Carissa, thank you so much for that brand new sub. We hit the sub goal. Let's go. Hello there, Smiles. Yeah, I don't know what the cursed object is yet. I'll admit I do have somewhat of a difficult time remembering where the cursed objects are. So that does kind of suck. Until we know them for sure. I know that the music box is around this campsite area here. The voodoo doll is around the campsite area, the main campsite area. The monkey paw. Where's the monkey paw located? He's throwing stuff all over the place, too. We have a subway, guys. Let's go. I know the Ouija board is in the bathhouse. in the middle of the 2 bathrooms. So there's that. Let's see where this guy is first. Hold on. Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Okay, well, that's not good. I have misplaced the ghost. That's not a good thing. Where am I? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here?
From behind.
Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? 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 Dang, he moved on me. Okay. So the reason why I was asking all those questions like that is because sometimes the Deogen has a secret ability to where it can growl at you. It can growl at you through the spirit box when you're asking questions, but you have to be really close to it in order to be able to do it. Right? So that's something to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you hear it sounds like it slaps on a cooler, you can get an interaction photo there too. You can also get fingerprints if we were dealing with the fingerprints ghost. Or an ultraviolet's ghost, sorry. Alright, let's keep moving. Let's try to find the cursed object. Or we're still here. Making my way downtown. Walking fast. Faces past as I'm homebound. Alright. So, we got back over here. Let's see. We got the key for the cabin is right up underneath the mat. If it was going to be a summoning circle, it'd be inside the cabin here. Are you guys saying the monkey paw is upstairs, right? Right? Is that what I remember correctly? Like over here someplace? Why am I misremembering that? I don't remember. Right? I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing. In the house, first bedroom on the right. There's only one bedroom here, Luna. Now, it used to be on the pier chair. Is the monkey paw still on the pier chair? I don't think it is. I know Jason's out here. It used to be the monkey paw would spawn there. There's Jason in the water. Hey, Jason. I'm trying to remember. I don't recall. And there was something. I know the tarot cards is on a table with cards on it. I think this might be the table that they're talking about. I don't know. Maybe not. My chat is being very helpful right now, so they're immensely helpful. Check the big campfire for the voodoo. I did. I'm looking for the cursed object so we can try to see if we can get it to hunt us. That way we can rule out for sure if it's going to be a Deogen or a spirit. Rip. I don't remember where it's at. It's gonna bug me now. Yeah, it's not. Voodoo doll is not over here. I don't know. Oh, well, it's hunting. Oh, it won't matter, I guess. All right, so I can tell right away it's not a delusion because it's hunting. So based off of what we've seen, right, I believe that what we're dealing with here is a spirit. Clean Raccoon, thank you for that Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. What does the voodoo doll do? The voodoo doll, every time you push in a pin on the voodoo doll, it will cause the ghost to interact with its environment, but it'll also knock down your sanity by about 10%. So you push in the pin, and then it would interact with it. But you also have a chance of pushing in a one of the heart pin, and if you do that, then it would cause you to get into a cursed hunt. So, yeah, delusions and Moroys would move a lot faster. Delusions know where you're at. It would move very fast to you, so that's why I'm saying it's not a delusion based off of what we've seen so far. So to verify this, right, then what we would need to see here is that, okay, it's either a spirit, or a mare. I have not seen EMF 5 yet. So that's why I'm kind of thinking that it might be a mare for us. Let's see. Now, pro tip. That how you can tell that the ghost is still hunting. We can't hear the ghost, right? It's not interacting with our electronic equipment at all. But you can still see, I cannot turn on and off the light switch. I can't even flick the light switch. So whether or not that the power is on or not is irrelevant. If you cannot move the light switch back and forth, then the ghost is hunting. I gotta hear him over here. Should be done here in a second. Come on. Come on. It'll get done here in a second. There it is. So see, now I can move it. Now I know for sure that the hunt is over with. Right? So if you're ever in a spot in a large map, whether it's prison or Maple Lodge, asylum, anything like that, and you run into those kind of things, then you'll know. Now, for this last piece here, we can take a look at I'll show you guys how to read the EMF reader, right? And we'll see, or the total activity board. And we should be able to see whether or not that this is a spirit or a mare, even with the not being in there ourselves. So, a jump of 3, what you're seeing there from 0 to 3, that's an indicator that the ghost has thrown an object, right? So the ghost has thrown an object, that's what it is. An EMF 2 means that the ghost touched something, so it would be like a tent flap or a door. Right? Something along those lines, right? If it throws an object, it's 3. If it touches something like a door or taps on a window or something, then it is a 2. Now, sometimes you're gonna see this little thing like a 1, right? What you're actually seeing there is an EMF 2, but you have to keep a mindset of when you turn on the EMF reader that it starts off technically it sits at a 1. Right? So sometimes you'll see a fluctuation between you'll see like a 1 and that actually means a 2. If we were dealing with an EMF 5 ghost, you might also see a jump of like 4 or 5. Right? Like this. So this right here, so we're seeing is an EMF 4. Traditionally speaking, EMF 4s on the total activity board indicate that there is a ghost event. However, there cannot be a ghost event because nobody's inside the house, right? So there's nobody for the ghost to interact with. Because of that, right, we can say, okay, this is a 4, but we're assuming that we're missing just off this 1. So more than likely what we're dealing with is an EMF 5. Now, if you wanted to confirm that for sure, then I would say 100% go back in, use the EMF reader, and try to see it. But if you're seeing like jumps of 4 or 5 and nobody's inside the house or you're playing solo, then it's probably an indicator that what you're dealing with is an EMF 5. So now that we're down there, let's take our sanity, right, just to make sure that we're all filled back up. And see, there we go. There it is again. So we have now a jump of 5. So there's our EMF 5 on the total activity board. So now you should be able to read this right? So we see this jump of 2 here, right? We had another jump of 2. So it touched an object, touched an object. This one probably threw an object, or it touched it and gave you an EMF 5. Let's see. What else we got? Parabolic. Escape that goes during a hunt. Well, I definitely kind of screwed that up because we haven't found the cursed object yet. And cleanse the area near the ghost. So let's bring in this and the parabolic. Let's go. So yeah, so now if anybody asks you on how to read the total activity meter, or if you're playing by yourself, you can just simply be like, oh, hey, look, it's an EMF 5. You know, and then you know exactly where to go. You'll know exactly that what you're dealing with is an EMF 5. Turn these lights back on. It's good to know. As long as it hits EMF 4 or 5, it can be counted as evidence. 10 is a hunt, yes. Or like a full body apparition. Like if you have like a full body, it's moving towards you, that can also be shown as like an EMF 10. But it'll be for much, much less. And I do have a whole video as well on the differences between events and hunts. So if you're having a hard time being able to distinguish between the two, then I would recommend checking out that video. What's this at here? Is it possible for an EMF 2 and a 3 event to occur at the same time and it can be shown as a 5 on the board? Yes, it can, right? So you could have that where it touched an object and moved an object. That's very common, especially with like poltergeist, right? Because they like to throw a bunch of stuff at one time. So you could see that. That's why you would want to look, right? Seeing it on the total activity board, you would kind of be like, oh, hey, you know, we probably are dealing with an EMF 5. And then you would go in and verify that what you were seeing was an EMF 5. Where's that radio at? There it is. Well, it moves some other stuff, but we haven't gotten the total. We haven't gotten the parabolic. Now, somebody has told me that what you can do is you can just kind of, you can take this and I guess throw this in here. And you can leave that on, and that will eventually pick up the, that will eventually pick up the parabolic mic if it's pointed in the right direction. I don't know if that actually works or not. Right? The easiest way is just to hold on to it. This extra noise that we're hearing, too, is from our dots, which we don't even need anymore, so we can take these off. That way it's easier to hear. Done that with the parabolic and confirm and sometimes pick up the sound. I just wish that, like, if you heard the ghost rustle the leaves or tap on something, see, that counts for parabolic. And now we know we touched the tin flap. We come in here and see we got our EMF and we have an EMF 5. Right? So we cleansed it. So there you go. This is storage access across the porta potty on the oil drum. I don't think that it's what we're dealing with though. I'll double check just to make sure. I don't want to. I know I'm missing out on something over here, the cursed object, but I'd rather just leave. That way this video doesn't turn into be like 43 minutes long. Yeah, I don't think it's there. I think it's probably like tarot cards or something. Amy, have a wonderful night. Guess what, Baron? What, Ellie? Alright. But yeah, so basically, that's kind of it. Right? Again, the way to look at this, because it can be very daunting. But the way to look at it is that you are basically choosing one of 3 different pathways in order to be able to get back to the log cabin in the back, right? So you have your main front area here. If you go back through the cabin, past the back campsite or the back campfire where we were at, that'll lead you back that way. You can go the fast way, which is through the storage area all the way towards the back and lead you out. Or you can go the long way, and this is around the main campsite area, loop you over by the bathrooms and then back around. So hopefully you guys found this informative. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of where stuff is at. I'm sorry that we didn't find the cursed object. I'm still learning stuff in this game as well. Trying to remember where the new stuff is at, because I'm getting confused with where the locations of the other stuff, where the old stuff was on the old map. So, like I said, hopefully you guys found this informative. If you like it, if you made it this far in the video, please give it a like. Comment down below on what object that I missed out on, and subscribe. But you are loved, you are valued, and I'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.